Alright, I'm gonna get straight to the point. Have you been wanting to start a plant-based lifestyle, but you just don't know where to start? Well, don't worry, because in this video, I'm gonna share with you what took me 8 years to figure out, and what I wish I knew in the beginning, and what I've learned throughout the way. And stick around until later in this video, because I'm gonna give you the most important tip that you need to know before you even start a plant-based lifestyle. So the first thing we need to talk about when first starting a plant-based lifestyle is having a strategy. When you are first starting off, and because you're going into uncharted waters, you want to be doing a little bit of homework and research and understanding, say for example, what type of foods do you already love in your current lifestyle? So what I would do is grab a pen and paper, or you can note this on your phone and just make a list of 10 to 20 of the best foods that you absolutely love in your current lifestyle. Then next, once you got your list of at least 10 foods, now you do your research on how you can either buy or create these meals with plant-based ingredients. Because you will be absolutely amazed at the amount of plant-based foods that are out there these days. Right now, it's easier than ever to go plant-based because of some of the most amazing tasting plant-based meals that are available now. Once you got your list of favorite plant-based foods, the next thing you're going to do is create a shopping list. And in your shopping list, you want to divide it into categories such as vegetables, fruits, whole grains, legumes, nuts and seeds, etc. Once you make your list with all your categories, start noting the ingredients of some of your favorite foods that you love to eat. And just remember, just keep things simple in the beginning, especially when you're first starting off, so that you don't feel overwhelmed. Because a lot of the plant-based foods that you can make, say like plant-based pizza, you actually only need a few ingredients to make a lot of these simple pizzas now. So once you start to add on items into your shopping list, the next thing you want to do is when you go to the grocery store, make sure that you're not hungry or starving when you go shopping. Because if you go when you're hungry and starving, you might end up reverting back and wanting to buy some items at the store that might not be plant-based or might not be the healthiest, right? So just make sure that you don't go shopping when you're super hungry or anything, because you know that saying, what goes in the cart stays in the cart. So you have to understand that when you get into like a plant-based lifestyle, you have to go in with a strategy. And you have to look at it similar to as if you was to build a house, right? You just don't go out and build a house. You got to make blueprints and have a strategy and have things planned out. And it's the same with approaching a plant-based lifestyle. But in my opinion, it's much easier than building a house. And like I mentioned earlier, it's more easier than ever to approach a plant-based lifestyle and be successful at the same time when you apply these tips that I'm sharing with you right now. Pro tip, when you go shopping at the supermarket, see if you can buy food in bulk. Because if you can buy certain foods in bulk, say like nuts and seeds and stuff, say that cashews was on your list of ingredients, and you saw that you could get a better deal if you're buying cashews in bulk, then maybe just grab a few pounds at one time. So say like 3 pounds. Say you bought 3 pounds and you went home and you know that you can only eat maybe a pound at the most throughout the entire month. Take the rest and freeze it. You know, if you have one of those food saver machines where it vacuum seals all the bags, then vacuum seal the remaining cashews and put them in your freezer. This is a strategy that I use and it works amazingly. So buying in bulk and then taking the extra amounts and preserving them somewhere, either freezing, dehydrating, or vacuum sealing and then putting them away. And by doing this, you will end up saving yourself not only time, but energy in the future. Comment below if you're either a beginner, intermediate, or advanced at living a plant-based lifestyle. I've been wanting to figure out what types of people are watching my videos and what are the types of problems and challenges that they're facing. So comment below and let me know what stage are you at, or even if you haven't started yet and you've been wanting to get into living this type of lifestyle. Let's say you're a carnivore or an omnivore and you're wanting to go plant-based, like I was when I first started out 8 years ago. It took me 5 years to wean myself off of meat. And if I knew the strategies that I'm sharing with you now, I know I could have sped up my process much quicker than I did. But that's okay, because I don't have any regrets along my plant-based journey, because it is what it is. And I've learned so much along my 8-year journey that I feel like I am light years ahead now from where I used to be. So if you are wanting to go plant-based and you're a carnivore or omnivore, I would suggest that you start weaning yourself off of meats instead of just diving off the cliff and going fully plant-based at one time. Because most people aren't prepared for the type of lifestyle shock they're going to encounter when you do such a thing. But instead, if you just start getting comfortable to adding more and more plant-based foods into your life, while you start eating less and less meats, in my personal opinion, this strategy just seems more sustainable and reachable. And the first thing you can do is start by cutting out fast foods. That is the number one thing you should be focused on first in cutting out. By cutting out all fast foods and even mainstream sodas, the big brand sodas. By just making these two adjustments, fast foods and sodas, this will help to expedite your results when you start going plant-based. I mean, you're going to start seeing results real quick if you cut out just those two things. Plus, what people don't realize is that all these fast foods and sodas, they're all highly acidic, which in return creates a highly acidic body. And this is the type of environment where diseases, inflammation, and all types of troubles grow in. Did you know that a Big Mac has over 50 ingredients in it? Whereas if you made a normal cheeseburger right from scratch at home, in most cases you would only be adding around 10 ingredients to your burger. So think about that. You have about 40 extra ingredients in this fast food burger. Like, what is those 40 ingredients doing to your body? And what kinds of troubles are they creating in your body also? I can tell you one thing for sure. They're definitely creating inflammation because they're highly acidic. These types of food create havoc in the body, whether you realize it or not. And through long-term exposure to fast foods, most people end up finding out the hard way. Just follow my straightforward motto. Keep it simple, keep it natural. There are awesome plant-based alternatives these days, such as plant-based burgers, plant-based pizzas. And trust me when I tell you this, I eat plant-based burgers all the time, and they're absolutely delicious. Especially when you get them from some place, restaurant, food truck, wherever store that makes awesome plant-based burgers. They're widely available these days, and I'm sure you can find an amazing tasting plant-based burger near you. Also, if you've been thinking about growing your own food, starting a garden, then check out my 7-part series where I show you how you can grow your own food at home on a budget. I'll leave a link for that video above and down in the description box below. And let me tell you, when I was going through my 5-year phase of weaning off meats, it wasn't easy. And I just want to be transparent here. I went through phases of self-doubt, comparing myself to others, and even having unrealistic expectations, honestly. Because, throughout the 5 years now, maybe around like 3 years in, I was telling myself, like, why am I not fully plant-based yet? I went through a phase of being a little hard on myself, and I had my moments where I was telling myself that I'm 3 years in and why am I not fully plant-based yet, and comparing myself to other people on their own journeys. And how come this person could do it in 1 year and it's taking me, 3 years in and I'm still not plant-based? All this unnecessary stuff. What I've learned throughout my process has made me much stronger now compared to what I would be if I didn't go through these experiences. And that's why I'm sharing them with you. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about living a healthy plant-based lifestyle, then watch this video right here where I share with you how I was in horrible health until I ate these anti-inflammatory vegan foods. Add these foods to your shopping list and they will help you to be successful along your journey. Watch this video right here and I will see you there.